There's a lot of turmoil and unconsciousness that's perpetuating in the world right now, as we all know. And that can be very upsetting to conscious and spiritual people, such as yourself. But what can we actually do to help? How can we help raise the level of consciousness on the world stage? I think we all know deep down that ruminating upon the issue and letting that external turmoil become inner turmoil and fixating upon those negatives isn't going to help. In fact, that's what those who are perpetuating this unconscious want. They want us to also fall into that low vibration of worry and fear so they can continue their corruption and continue their schemes. But we're not on that same frequency. We're here to help and here to elevate the consciousness of this planet. The great saint Paramahansa Yogananda said, "Let your example be the way to change others' lives. Reform yourself and you will have reformed thousands." And this is what we need to focus on, is changing ourselves, transforming ourselves, because that's the only way that we're going to help. You know, it's all too easy with the constant news cycle that's going on to kind of fall into that vibration of fear and worry that can seem so prevalent. But we need to pull ourselves out of that and transform ourselves spiritually, mentally, and psychologically. That's going to be what makes the difference, because when you transform yourself, when you elevate yourself, that example is going to inspire others to change. Just your presence alone will change the lives of other people, because they're going to see, either subconsciously or consciously, that you're operating at a different frequency than the collective, and they're going to see that it's possible to just live in a state of joy, to live with more calmness and peace, even when there's turmoil in your surroundings. You know, even in your personal life, maybe there's some turmoil going on, but how can, even in the midst of that, how can you still tap into that peace that's always present inside of you, no matter what the external situation is? You know, Yogananda also said that the yogi can stand unshaken amidst breaking worlds. The yogi being one who consciously unites themselves to God, to a higher reality. And that's really the case. There's a certain peace and a certain joy inside of you that's unshakable, that's always there for you to tap into, no matter what the external circumstance is, no matter what is going on in your life. You know, this morning I woke up, I wasn't even planning on talking about this, it just came to mind. But this morning I woke up and I was feeling kind of lethargic. I was feeling like I kind of had a cold, and I didn't really feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like recording a video. But then I went and did my daily meditation and just went really deep into meditation, tapped into that joy within, tapped into that clarity and that presence and that wisdom within the spiritual eye. And now I'm just feeling really joyful and uplifted. And I was inspired to come record this video. So, you know, even just a simple practice daily, just spend 5 minutes following the breath and transfer that attention up to the spiritual eye. Even 5 minutes a day, or whenever you're feeling that kind of worry and that anxiety, just have a practice you can go to bring yourself back to that love that's always there, always inside of you, just waiting for you to tap into it. We don't have to let the worry and the fear that's on the news and that's on social media draw us down. You know, it's so easy to just to look at this stuff all day because we just have that phone in our pocket. But the other thing that's going to help is just focus on your sphere of influence. If you really want to help, how can you be kinder and more uplifting to the people that are present in your life right now? That's what's really going to make the difference. Because you have, at the end of the day, unless your life's mission is to somehow help with the external circumstance in a practical way, providing relief to people, whatever it is, that may be the case. But in for most of you that are watching this, how can you be of service and uplift the people that are around you right now? Going back to this idea of by changing yourself, you'll change thousands. You never know even what being kind or helping out one person can do. Just by helping one person, maybe that person will go on to change the lives of thousands. Just by uplifting that one person and inspiring them, maybe they're going to do something that's going to change the world. That's the butterfly effect that transforming yourself and reforming yourself has, is that you're naturally going to rub off on other people those uplifting vibrations, your kindness and your compassion. Even if you're not speaking on a stage to thousands of people, regardless, just your daily interactions, that's going to help so much uplift the people around you that you interact with on a daily basis. Even some stranger, even just your presence alone will be a healing force in the world when you do the inner work on yourself and when you raise yourself to a higher spiritual vibration through meditation and reading spiritual books and things like this. So yeah, just as you raise yourself, you're going to naturally want to be of service to others. So just put those things put yourself in an environment and focus your attention on those practices and on those resources that are going to uplift your own consciousness. And from that position, you're going to be able to help so many others, and you're going to have such a bigger impact than you think you will. If I never would have done the spiritual and psychological work on myself, I never would have been in a position to record these YouTube videos and to help other people. It all starts with yourself. That's your biggest obligation in this lifetime, is to heal yourself. And through that, you're naturally going to be a healing force in this world to help others. So with that being said, just stay joyful, stay uplifted, stay blessed, and I'll see you on the next one.